All right. My mic sounds nice, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Right. Talk to make sure your voice sounds normal because I feel like if you're moving, it's gonna be wavy.
Hello, 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 hello,
It's
hello.
gonna have to do. We spoiled y'all last week with a surprise student episode of the pod,
Yes.
and now we are back on Zoom.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I'm using my outside voice. If it's wobbly, god damn it. This is our last time attempting Zoom. Otherwise I'm gonna have to figure out like Riverside or one of the other whatevers. But anyways, it is the Monday, no, Tuesday. What day is today?
Today's Monday.
It's the Monday after 4th of July weekend,
hmm
and I am exhausted. I feel like a cantaloupe that has been cut down and gutted to the rind. Monique, how do you feel?
I feel about the same.
Cantaloupe skin.
Yep, cantaloupe skin.
Do we have the name
Absolutely.
of the episode already? Cantaloupe skin.
Cantaloupe skin.
First of all,
What a wild name.
it really is, but
Yeah,
I feel
for real.
like everybody knows what that feels like, just being
Yes.
gutted.
Yeah.
Um, so I saw you right before you kicked off your 4th of July weekend.
hmm
How was that being back in LA for the holiday weekend? Even
It
though we didn't
was
observe this holiday because our people weren't free. Sorry, go
no,
ahead.
no, yeah, no. It was fun. It was great. It was fun being around family. We had a good time. It was
When did you drive
nice.
back to Vegas?
Today.
Oh, that explains why you're tired.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't, did I drink this weekend? I think I only drank on one of the 2 nights, 3 nights.
Blue.
What?
Blue. I haven't been drinking. I did
Yeah.
dry June.
You did a 30-day hurrah on the day that we saw each other.
Yeah, it was like more than 30 days. It was like 30 plus days.
Right.
I drank on Saturday
Why?
because we were out and I was like, you know what? I did it. Let's just drink. Blue, I had 4 White Claws and I was done.
You're irresponsible.
4 White Claws?
You're irresponsible.
That's nothing.
After a fast, that is irresponsible.
Girl, yeah,
Oh,
obviously.
yeah, that's why you paid for it.
Obviously.
Were you about to be like, Blue, can you believe it? Yes, I can.
Girl, I woke
To
up
go
with a
from water
headache.
to 4 White Claws, yes, I can believe that you are.
Oh my gosh. I did not expect that. I woke up with a headache the next day. I'm like, yeah, 30 plus days more, here I come. Cause girl,
I
I was done.
I lasted 90 days until Kendall's birthday because I have this thing where, birthday toasts,
Right.
feel away if you don't toast them. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, but 90 days before a birthday came as an excuse. When we went to get drinks on was it Thursday night? Thursday night with
Mm-hmm.
Estelle and a couple other folks. You were really good. You didn't
Mm-hmm.
order any. I mean, I only ordered one lemon drop, but for me, after
Yeah.
90 days, one lemon drop is enough.
Right.
The fact
Right.
that I had only one lemon drop, but you thought 4 White Claws was gonna happen.
They're White Claws. They're
What part of fasting don't you understand, babes?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I thought like something was gonna kick in at some point. I don't know. I don't know what I thought.
You were being irresponsible.
I was. I
Uh-huh.
was.
Mhm.
Hi, I'm Monique, and I was being irresponsible.
I mean, I love it when we can take accountability on this show
I
as we sit
was.
here in our head wraps and our bonnets. Y'all, I am so,
Look at this hair.
I
So
know. I will
beautiful.
say this. Yesterday, Sunday, I went to the beach again with Estelle and some other friends. Shout out to Estelle, London, and our friends who were out there. Funny enough, one of the girls who was at the beach with us, she was like, I've met you somewhere before. I was like, really, where? Because you know how one of those places.
Right.
And she was like, I met you at Amy's birthday party.
Oh, fun.
Apparently, she's Amy Anayobi's best friend.
Oh, wow.
It is a small world.
It is a small. LA is big but small.
This is why I'm so happy that I'm not full of shit and I be telling the truth. Because you never know who's sitting next to you on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
We were together for like hours, had no idea who she was until she was like, oh, by the way, I know you. Which, by the way, speaking of by the way, I am having a bit of I'm choosing my words carefully. I'm having a bit of a cognitive dissonance. My brain is having a hard time computing the fact that even though we work on social media,
hmm
in my mind, if you work on social media, but you are not famous and don't have a huge following and are not a content creator in that way,
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be the best of both worlds because you're making money, but you can still maintain your autonomy. I mean, not just your autonomy, your anonymity, right? You can be
Mm-hmm.
anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you on 3 different occasions during Pride weekend, because it was Black Pride weekend in LA this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
people would walk up to me, and this one guy was just like, "You're blue Telusma," and I was like, "Yes, I am." And then he was like, "You're blue Telusma," and I was like, "Yes, I am." At one moment, I was like, "Am I about to have a Doja Cat moment where I have like?" He just kept on repeating my name back to me. He was very sweet. He's probably gonna say
Yeah,
this, so I'm
yeah,
not talking shit. And I
right,
was like, I'm ill-equipped to deal with this. And the thing is, Mike is often with me. Shout out to Mike Goyo. He's
right,
often with me when this happens, and usually I can just like look to him. But because it was a loud club, like
yeah.
it didn't work. So I'm just like, Mike, this man recognizes me. He's like, uh-huh. And he's up there dancing to Santana because Santana was performing. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know what to say. And the guy was really nice. It happened three
Yeah.
more times, but 2 out of 3 times, people wanted to talk about therapy
Oh, yeah. You're like, this isn't the scene.
at the club. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this. Only about 3 of y'all are ever gonna even run into me, so it's for a small group. If you see me at a social function, like everyday people is where I usually get recognized because everyday people
Mm.
is like prom, right?
Right, right,
But if we're
right,
out in the club or anything, I promise you, I don't want to talk about therapy
right. Why? Why not, Blue?
because I'm socializing and I'm off the clock. Something nice. One guy was like, "Hey, you gave me permission to like, really be honest about who I am." I said, "That's great. Happy
I
Pride.
love that.
Be
Right,
who
right.
you are." Your pride, like that's cool.
Right.
But I don't want to hear what the therapist said to you last weekend. Like I don't
Mm.
like this is not
This
the
isn't it.
setting. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. If you see me out in the wild, because I can't afford security. Just like yeah, let's keep it light. Let's keep it light. Does anything ever happen when somebody recognizes you or Richard on the street? How do they talk to y'all?
Okay, first of all, I just want to say something was so creepy one time.
Uh-oh.
I was driving on the freeway by myself, and someone random fan of Richard's took a picture of me in my car and sent it to Richard. I was like, "This is your wife."
Oh, for those who don't know who the Richard we're talking about, Richard Neville's from Insecure,
Yeah,
long lost play cousin of Tupac.
yeah.
If I say that,
Like,
they immediately conjure up your husband's face. Monique is married to Tupac, okay? The secret's out of the bag. That's wild and weird. And how dare you? How
and
did you respond?
he was like, "That's not her."
Wait, okay, now he's just lying. Okay, so
Well,
wait,
yeah,
wait,
because
wait, wait.
it was in my car. He could have had my license plate. Like there was just all these
Uh,
things. So he was like, "Nah, that's not her."
wait, is it
Or,
safe to confess it now then? Because now they know it was really you. Girl,
huh?
now
Well,
that now there's
I don't have that car anymore.
oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah,
girl,
no, 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 no. But like it was like it was
that's
creepy.
scary.
That's scary. And it was just me by myself. And I'm just like, how fucking scary is that?
No, that's scary. I
And
don't think
I'm
people understand how nerve-wracking parasocial relationships can be.
ooh, that was scary.
But how do they know? Oh, because they watched his page. That's how they knew you were his wife. I'm going
Hmm,
to be
hmm.
honest. Social media has created this thing where you can only have 10,000 followers and somebody might still know who you are and recognize you off social media. Like this mindset that I had that you had to be famous to have these kind of problems.
Hmm.
I'm now recognizing anybody with Wi-Fi can find your page and happen to be in your ecosystem, regardless of how wide that is, I don't, it's a weird feeling. The first time anybody ever recognized me was like, God, 15 years ago. I was doing a lot of work with like the gay community,
Hmm.
and I was in New York and I was crossing a crosswalk on 59th and Columbus. And this
Hmm.
girl walking towards me was like, "Are you blue centric?" I said, "Nope," and kept walking. And my first reaction was number one, my name is not blue centric. So people who say
Right.
always, at least now they're saying my government name.
Yeah.
What do you think? How do I say this? Do you in any way relate to Doja Cat? Because I had considered doing a video on Doja Cat, but I was too tired and thought against it. Doja Cat is known for having a lot of angst around her fame and her how much people recognize her, right?
Hmm,
And
hmm.
she often is like, I don't want you to turn me into a god. I don't like people building a cult around me. If you're a fan, that's great. I don't want
Yeah.
to be a friend though. What do you think about those who say that that's very healthy? She's telling them, I'm actually still a stranger.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
those who say, you ungrateful cow, how dare you not be happy that they're supporting you and paying for your mortgage?
I think it's like a fine line. I think it's like I hear both sides.
Right.
I hear both, yes, you should be grateful, but I also hear like, bro, I'm just a human. I'm just a
Yeah.
person just like you. Like, don't make a cult around me. I agree with her there. Because it's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird in a sense. It's like once you're on the other side and you have that,
Very weird.
it's very weird. Like we had someone one time we were at Disneyland and we were with the kids and some like older middle-aged white man, like we were getting ready to get on the tram and
Hmm.
some middle-aged white man, this is when Richard was doing like all of his high C skits, someone like yelled like, "What up, cuz?" Like,
Oh, wow.
and we were just like, wait, no, no, wait. We're with our kids, like,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah, not right now. We're off the clock. You know what the thing is, though? I think the reason why people feel so, number one, people's brains forget that social media or even TV and real life are two different things.
Yeah,
For two, a lot of people would love to be on the other side and would eat it
yeah,
up. And
yeah,
so in their brain, they can't conceive of a world
right,
where it might be surreal or a little bit freaky.
right, right,
But then I thought about conversely, though, when the guy had originally walked up to me in the club, I thought he was saying, "Excuse me," to walk past me.
right,
He was sitting on my shoulder. I was like, "Oh, my bad." He was like,
right,
"No, you're blue Telusma. Like, bitch, I'm
right,
stopping to talk to you."
right,
And so my first thought was, do I prefer that he walks up and just keeps saying my name to me over and over again?
right,
But I prefer that he be watching me in the shadows.
right, exactly,
Which is
exactly,
like I'm not sure which one is freakier, to be honest.
right. No, for real, for real.
Yeah, it's an interesting time. So for those of you who really want to be famous and who think that, oh my God, I just want people to don't know who I am, just recognize it's a double-edged sword. It's a really
Yeah,
it's unnatural a little bit to
yeah,
make people think that you're
yeah,
their friend, but you don't know
yeah,
who they are. I
yeah,
will say for Doja Cat, to me, she has the right idea but the wrong execution.
yeah. I agree. There it is. You said
She's
it
rude
perfectly.
about it.
Exactly, exactly.
You could say don't make a cult out of me without being like a jerk or like clowning people or being fake. You
Yes,
know what I mean? So I think with her
exactly.
it's execution.
Yeah.
Speaking of like fake Libras, because you know this is a segue from the last episode. Shout out to the Libra gang. Y'all know we love you and we know you.
Love you guys
Right?
so
We know you,
much.
we see you. So to the evolved Libras who can check themselves when they're being fake, you of all people should know that we're telling the truth. And to the fake Libras who feel called out, yeah, we said that shit. Speaking of fake Libra energy, unlike Doja Cat, Sierra is the opposite, where she had people thinking that she was safe. And I just want to put on the record that Monique and I's hot take aged beautifully. Clap for
Man,
ourselves. Let's clap for us. I would like to thank myself. Monique, who would you like to thank?
I would like to thank us. I would like
Yes,
to thank
right? Thank
us.
yourself.
Yes, yes,
That
yes.
episode aged so beautifully.
You did.
Within 72 hours, Sierra was gone.
Yeah. She was leaving the villa as it aired, literally, as it
How
aired.
did you feel finding out
She,
that they got rid of her?
she got that tap. I felt good.
Hmm.
I feel bad, like what her family's dealing with right now, because
Yeah.
people are just, they just take it too far. And I feel like even when people see our video, they're going to be like, you guys are taking it too far because all the other people are taking it too
We're
far.
not. We were very
Not
reasonable.
at all.
And we
Not
have
at all.
receipts. We like receipts on the show. If y'all haven't
Exactly.
noticed,
Exactly.
if I say something wild, there's probably a clip coming up because I yeah, that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's different.
But I feel like it was, it was what it was. And it fed into my delusion. And now here we are.
Nicolandria Hive. Or as poor Nick calls it, Nilandria.
Nicolandria.
Nick, can you imagine how epic it would have been if he had properly guessed?
I'm like,
If
who?
Nick had said Nicolandria, my brain would have oozed out of my ears.
If he said Nicolandria, I would have bet money production was telling him that's what we
Yeah,
were
so it's
doing.
probably a good thing that he was actually sincerely
Yes.
guessing and got it wrong.
Yes.
Because had he said Nicolandria, I would have ran around the house.
I would have gone on a jet ski.
So I will say there's so many of my friends, from Estelle to Bridget to a couple of even my sister Mel who hate television, are like, "So I feel like I have to watch this show to talk to you. So I am on episode 2. I don't know what's happening, but I just want to be able to talk to you." I was just like, excuse me? So I'm happy that Love Island USA season 7 is ending because coming out of the closet as a Love Island stan has like
Mhm.
made my loved ones feel like they don't know what to say to me anymore.
I literally was talking to one of my best friends today, and she was like, wait, wait, now I have to watch the show. When does it end? Wait, I have to watch how many episodes? It ends on Sunday? Oh my gosh, I have to binge it. Oh my. okay, I'm gonna binge it so I can watch it on Sunday with
Oh my
you.
God, bitch, we're influencers. People are being influenced.
She was like, they need to be paying you because you really influenced all of us to watch the show. I'm like,
I walked into Mike's apartment. He was like, "So I just started Love Island because I don't know what's happening. I really like Ace." I was like, "Of course, you as a little Leo man with a big personality is gonna like another Leo." I was like, "Give us some time. Ace ebbs and flows. Give us some time." I will say, and this is something that I think number one, I want us to do a live episode on Instagram.
yeah.
Do we want to do it Sunday right after, or do we want to let it breathe and do it Monday?
No, we could do it Monday or
Because so much happens right after. There's so much interesting shit that happens
yeah.
in the wee hours after something.
Yeah.
But also, what if we're shocked and we need to vent?
I know. Ah,
If anybody can hear our voices, either comment or DM
ah.
us. What do you
And
think we
let us
should do
know.
it
What do you guys
Sunday
think?
or Monday?
Yeah. 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 Y'all let us know. Should we do it Sunday or Monday?
I'm gonna tell you right now, the answer might actually tell us.
Yeah.
If Nicolandria wins, I'm immediately texting you. Monique, please be on standby. We're going live in like. So I'm gonna say this: if Nicolandria wins, we're going live Sunday. Fuck that. I don't care what anybody else got to say. I care about my hot take. Like, we're not waiting for
Yes.
y'all.
No. No. No.
If Huda wins, we'll wait till Monday.
Yes. Because we know. We know. And even if Amaya Papaya wins, like we could wait till Monday.
Yeah, honestly only maybe even Ace and Shelly. Are we urgent about Ace and Shelly?
Oh,
I could wait.
honestly, I love Ace and Shelly.
I do.
I've loved them from the beginning. I just think they had their like ebbs, like they had this the whole time.
Yeah,
I don't know, like Ace for me, I loved him in the beginning.
I loved him
He
before
kind
he
of
was
like fell
no.
off. He fell off a little bit, but like even like this episode, everyone's like like I loved him this episode. Like he's been that person like even in the beginning, and I just feel like people forgot who he was.
Well, here's the thing. Because he's a Leo, Leos are heart centered and they also are
Yeah,
ego centered. So
yeah,
when his heart is showing, we love him.
yeah,
Being a hater, because
yeah.
he's the prettiest boy in the villa, we don't. So I feel
Yes.
like the ebbs and flows. I've been accurate.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
act well, I'm gonna like you. You show your
yeah,
ass, put out Jeremiah,
yeah,
poor little nerd who was just minding his business,
yeah,
anyway, and I might talk shit.
yeah. But I feel like because we have Leo men friends,
Yeah, so many.
so many, like
Yeah.
that's why, like for me, I'm like, ah,
I
I
would
just love
honestly,
him.
if there was anybody in there checking him, I think I would have been in love with him the entire time.
Yeah, same. But he is kind of like,
He's running shit.
yeah, he is.
And it's funny because the people who can check him know that they can't because of the optics and the death threats. So it's almost
Mm-hmm.
like a catch-22 where we know who could have checked him, but they actually can't check him because of the optics.
Mm-hmm.
I have some
Mm-hmm.
quotes that I put up here. So what
Mm-hmm.
we're saying is if Nicolandria wins, it's all hands on deck. Don't even wait for an announcement. Just come straight to no, go to Instagram,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
centric at Monique Neville's because we're going
Mm-hmm.
live.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're going
If
live. Right, right.
Nicolandria doesn't win, it depends on if we ate a big meal or not.
Yeah, maybe.
Here's the thing:
Mm.
if they don't win, but something crazy happens,
Yeah.
where I'm like, oh, I actually want to talk before anybody else can be in it, then maybe. So yeah, we're gonna play
Okay.
it by ear.
Yeah.
There's some quotes. You guys know I love it when we talk about direct quotes from the show. And it's always best to have quotes because people always act like we're making shit up until I'm like, no, they said this shit. This actually happened. The first quote that is part two of Would This Be Easier If I Was Just Ugly? In this episode of Huda's shocked that she's not everybody's favorite baddie, Huda said to Chris, and I quote, I was surprised that nobody pulled me for a kiss in the crapshoot challenge. I mean, the crash out challenge. Um, what do we think about the fact that Huda remains stunned that everybody's not obsessed with her?
And y'all want her to win? She's not even trying to
Hide it?
hide it. Like she doesn't. Okay, sorry. Ask your question again. I
It's
was
the last
spiraling.
week of the fucking show. Everybody is actually in wholesome couples that we might actually believe in,
This
right?
is actually what Love Island show should
It's
be.
the first time that we've had peace, and Huda's first thing is, why was there not no chaos? Thoughts, Monique? Because that's some bullshit.
um, ma'am.
I've never walked into a space and said, "Why is somebody trying to fuck me in here?" Yeah, like here's the thing: for the people who are lack emotional intelligence, are super naive, don't understand the nuances of human behavior, etc., etc. It was a throwaway comment. For anybody who's hip on game, lived a little bit of life, this girl keeps saying things that are satirically transparent about how much hubris she's operating from while pretending to be humbled.
Come on, hubris.
Like,
Mhm.
seriously.
No, for real.
The amount of audacity it takes to make a statement like that this late in the game when you're allegedly with the guy that you like, but now that he's no longer being fought for and Shelly is happy with Ace,
Oh, now you still want to be sought after.
yeah, why is nobody else trying to kiss me? And Chris looks a little like, huh?
He said what? Why?
I will say one thing about Chris. Can y'all please stop saying that, see, all Huda needed was a real man? When you act as if an abuser just needs someone more understanding to not be abusive, you are putting the accountability and the responsibility in the wrong person. I don't care if Jesus, Jehovah, Nazareth, Christ came down in a two-piece talking about I'm here to replace fucking Jeremiah, right? Because my son Jeremiah got kicked off. I still
Right.
don't think it would make sense for it to be like, well, thanks to Yahweh, Huda up here acting. No, that's not how that
No,
works. I think it's so
no,
whack of y'all to think that Huda being able to be more performative with Chris somehow means that Jeremiah was at fault for his own abuse.
nope.
What have you heard about the Huda Hive? What's happening with them? Because I had to start blocking them because even though they won't come after me, even though I want them to come after me, just seeing them on my timeline ruins my day.
I've same thing. I've had to start blocking people because they're crazy. They are literally crazy. Unfortunately, one of Taylor's best friends, my daughter's best friends, was a Huda. She's
Oh,
a little girl. She's young. She's
of
14.
course, because you have to be stupid to. Okay, go ahead.
She's a young black girl, and she said she was a Huda supporter. And I broke it down to her the other day, I just broke it down, and she like was shocked and stunned. And she's like, "Wait, you completely opened my eyes, and I now look at everything differently." And I feel dumb for believing in anything she says. And now I want to go back and rewatch everything with this new set of eyes.
Yeah.
And I said, "Good for you, babe." I said, "As women of color, that's how you should be looking at things." And she said, "Thank you so much, Miss Monique." I said, "You're welcome, babe."
Send her episode 90 and this one because I feel like because we were in the studio, we really took our time explaining why, like, no, like Huda, Sierra, and the like are not, they're playing up on your ignorance. They're playing up on the fact that they hope that you don't know anything about manipulation tactics and that,
But
like,
not just them, production is also
of
planning on it. Yeah.
course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Production skipping movie night is so gross to me because they
Mhm.
knew how badly we wanted movie night.
It's
All right, so I'm
frustrating.
gonna go to the next quote. Actually, this is not a quote. This is from a sponsor, a wannabe sponsor.
Oh, I
A
already know what
lot
you.
of people have been trying to basically put it out there that they want to work with these people when they come out of the villa. So Sephora took down a video, well, asked Sierra's handler to take down a video of an unboxing because Sephora was trying to court Sierra until they realized that Sierra was, persona non grata. Then there was Overnight Oats did a video that was supposed to be courting Huda, and someone wrote in the comments like, "Ooh, Shelly loves breakfast," because they always talking about breakfast on the show. Why don't you
Right.
send a care package to Sierra? I'm not Sierra to Shelly, and they responded, "We wouldn't do that to Huda."
Mm-hmm.
How is an oatmeal company? So they got slammed for being anti-black.
Mm-hmm.
They deleted the post. Then they deleted all Love Island whatsoever. So let me get this straight. Because we pointed out that you didn't include black women into your campaign, rather than just reconcile that issue and instead of an apology, you just deleted all the content altogether.
And you sent out an apology saying the person who said it doesn't watch Love Island and didn't made the comment not knowing what was
Then how
going
would they know
on.
to pit Shelly against her if they don't watch?
Exactly. So
Or
you
are at
you
least watching the clips enough to be cognizant of the ecosystem.
exactly. Exactly.
My concern is almost every marketable woman on the show has been courted proactively by a brand except for Landry and Sierra. As of the date of this
Hmm.
taping, I did a search. I have yet to see any. If there's any guys, please tell me. I would
Yeah.
like it to be a developing brand relationship. But the
Hmm.
fact that these two women who are clearly models, I mean, Shelly's literally a model in a video, girl, are
Hmm.
getting no looks. Amaya, Sierra, Huda, everybody's getting somebody reaching out to them. Why do you think that is?
What? Why?
It's an audio broadcast, say it.
I mean, the obvious is why, because they're dark skin. I mean, I would hope that's not why,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, that could be why. I would hope that there's more black owned brands,
Yeah.
women owned brands, brands of color that reach out to them or who are DMing them privately that we
Mhm.
don't know about. That's what I really hope is happening.
Yeah.
But those brands should also be loud in the comments as well.
I think people don't like it when Black women are doing anything but being of service.
Mm.
And honestly, I think this also applies to brown women as well. And there was one thing that Olandria said in the show, because in the episode, Nick is, first of all, Nick is acting like Sierra Who, Sierra Where. This man is acting like a white version of Toby from Roots. He has just fled to freedom on the tail of Harriet Tubman, like latched onto, like when he clicked his heels, when she said, I choose Nick, he clicked his, you guys, he clicked his heels. Like,
He has, listen, people said I was delusional because I have been saying since day one, Nicolandria.
Nicolandria have, everybody owes y'all an apology, because my
Th-
heavens.
they have been saying there's no real connection, there's no chemistry, there's no, and then now that they're together, oh, they're doing it to try to stay in the show, they're doing it for this and that. Listen when I tell you. That man literally lights up from the inside when he speaks
Literally.
to her. You can see it in his eyes.
It's
When he's
wild.
it he you can just see the way he looks at this man sat wiped the seat down, sat down on the seat and wiped it off with his ass before she sat down. He didn't care about Sierra sitting
He
down.
said, oh, I'm a little cold. He took his shirt off.
Okay. He said, listen, she gives me butterflies.
Let me
This
tell
woman, and
you.
you know what? He knows that she does not like to like kiss. She's a slow burner. That's why he kisses her hand all the time
He
to
does.
show affection, to
Unless she's
show
blindfolded or it's a challenge. Let me tell you, if there's a challenge within a 5 mile radius of Nick, he's choosing
listen.
Olandria.
And Olandria chooses him.
I will say this, the thing about the Nicolandria thing, because I was on the beach all day, and so I was driving back with the girls, and I was like, oh, I'm late to watch Love Island. I hope it's not a fluff episode. And then I go on my timeline. I said, "What you mean, Nicolandria is back? How? What's happening?" I texted Monique. I said, "Monique, I don't even know what's going on, but I went to the site and voted for them just on the strength of clearly I want to be on the right side of history." Then when I watched the episode and saw how Sierra being problematic for many reasons led to them having a moment together, I fell down a rabbit hole because you know I love me a rabbit hole girl.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
Starting from day one to day present, the fact that when somebody said, "Oh, I'm 20 something years old," she said, "Oh, you're a baby. You got milk on your breath." And he said, "Hi, my name is Nick. I'm 24 and I don't have no milk on my breath." And like from the first day, and then when they said, "Hey, secretly kiss whoever you think you want to kiss with the blindfold," on day one, he kissed Olandria. And then in a subsequent episode, when they said, who's the best kisser outside of your girl, Olandria, when Jalen came in, America's fucking sweetheart, Jalen came in, they literally showed this clip of Jalen was helping Olandria walk down the steps. And he murmurs to himself, oh, he's helping her down the steps, bet. And then there's a montage of now, whenever there's any steps near Olandria, he grabs her
He
hand.
helps.
This man has been obsessed since day one. The day that they tried to disqualify her, he tried to shoot fucking what's her name? Clark in the face.
Clark.
Clark, we don't even know if you're gonna stay here for more than 72 hours. We're not voting out Alandria.
He said, oh, we can't kiss anyone. Bet I'm gonna lick her foot.
He
He
sucked her big toe in front of Sierra.
He licked the bot. I'm telling you. Listen, people. They said I saw something. Because their Nicolandria only lasted a day. I saw something today that it had it crossed out and says resurrection. Listen, I'm telling you.
Christ, not
Even
Christ has died, Christ has risen.
listen. She even said like there is something that has always been there and it has been pulling us back and forth, but now there is nothing in the way. There is nothing in the way, and
Taylor's
I
not in the way. The nothing was Taylor. It wasn't even Sierra. It
and
was only Taylor.
Sierra.
It
And
wasn't really. If she had said let's risk it all, fuck Taylor, they would have been fucking about a week ago.
no, you know what I clocked in the last episode?
But
He said, if it wasn't for Taylor and your respect for Sierra,
yeah,
not my respect, your respect for Sierra,
yes.
then we would have been together before.
If Olandria had said fuck the respect for Sierra because I don't like Taylor anymore,
Mm-hmm.
let's risk it all.
Oh, yes,
They
yes.
would have been in the hideaway making
Listen,
little swirly babies. And you know what's so
listen.
wild to me is that he likes black culture in general. Like y'all seen, he's a YN. If you look at the videos, he is. Yeah, he would have been wearing a long white tee back in the early 2000s. And his mother, I love when you could tell that somebody has a good relationship with their mother.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because, guys who have bad relationships with their mom or their dad can sometimes be incelish.
Yeah.
She said a month ago, the reason why I like Olandria is because she's such a classy lady. And I want her body, which I mean, everybody has eyes who wants her body. She's such a classy lady. She makes him grow up.
She
And
brings,
he's so goofy that he makes her like calm down. It's like he's mature around her and she's goofy around him. The fact that Nick said almost verbatim those exact words.
she makes me be, you know what I clocked too is
Man.
Taylor likes Clark because she says she brings out the boy in me.
Mhm.
Nick likes Olandria because he said she brings out the man in me.
Clock it. That's a bar.
Mm, that's a bar.
That's
You
a
bring
bar.
out the man in me, but Clark brings out the boy in you.
And then
Let
Olandria
him
said,
go
"And
home.
how old are you?" 25. I can't be a kid.
And then he said, because I got milk on my breath. If you remember that milk challenge, he put that milk and looked at her and swallowed it.
That
That's
shit
why
was kinky. No, Nick is kinky.
I,
Nick is
listen,
freaky. Nick is a freaky boy.
everything I'm telling you, everything. People think I'm nuts. People are like, "You're delusional. You're crazy." I'm not crazy. I saw a spark with them. Even his mom, like yesterday when they got together, there was a clip of his mom and dad
Yeah, I saw.
cheering because they were so excited that they finally got back
You see his
together.
best friends is a clip of all his best friends cheering too. It's not just his parents, all his friends are obsessed. You know what? Here's the thing about Nicolandria that actually triggers me and also affirms me simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
I am so used to having shiny men like me and having the mean girls in my midst back then
Mm-hmm.
be like, we don't see it.
Yeah.
And then if I have like one friend who's just a regular person who's not fat phobic, not anti-black, not a fucking hater, be like, oh girl, it's clear he likes you. I'm so used to being the Olandria in the situation where someone objectively is really into me and everybody is determined to pretend that I'm crazy and delusional, even if he himself is saying I'm obsessed with you. And I know
Mm-hmm.
what it feels like when, even though you know your value, you're used to other people discounting your value. And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that Olandria is getting affirmed by the country in a way that women who are not considered conventionally the default setting often
Yeah.
aren't. I hope
Yeah.
it's teaching a lesson. There's one actor who I had to fucking block, so you're gonna have to tell me what the fuck he said. You know who I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about?
Oh, he ain't talked about it yet.
Oh, he's quiet now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because
Mm-hmm.
when Nicolandria only lasted 24 hours, you were writing paragraphs and making me block your hating ass. Let me
Mm-hmm.
breathe.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, he ain't talked about it yet.
Black men who hate black women are eating crow right now.
No, he loves her.
I hope you choke.
He loves her.
I hope you choke.
Hmm.
So yeah.
But you know what? I feel like this is a lesson to a lot of women, and it's don't miss out on your man because you're so hung up on your type.
Yep.
Because
It's on
that's
the list. Look at that. I feel like you read the itinerary. I love this. No,
don't,
expound on that because to me that's a really
yeah,
powerful thing about she's so pro-black that
yeah.
you can tell that she loves Nick, and if Nick was black, she would have been on him.
And he didn't talk about going to LA not once. He's already like, I've never been to Alabama.
Fuck LA. Where you live, sis?
He said,
Where you
I've never
at?
been to Alabama.
You are the
Oh,
most beautiful woman I have ever laid eyed on. My dick jumps when you walk into the room. You cold. You want my pants. What you
listen,
need?
listen, I'm telling you. But that's the type, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, she elevates him in a way that his family is like, no, no, no. That's what he needs. That's what he needs.
I love that he is loved by people who are willing to tell the truth
Yeah.
by programming from society. And I will say
Yeah.
this, Ace does have some incelish ways because
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately the manosphere is raising our young boys these days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he might be a little misogynist, but he's not anti-Black.
Mm-hmm.
And I think him falling for Shelley and him being so supportive of Nicolandria finally confirmed that to me in a way that I can feel like comfortable saying out loud.
Yeah.
Ace is a little misogynistic and young, which is almost impossible not to be in 2025 unless you've gone to therapy,
Right.
right?
Right.
But he's
Right.
not anti-Black.
Uh-uh.
Fucking love that.
Pepe was like, oh, that was cute. Pepe was here for it too. He
No,
loved
Pepe's
Nicolandria.
anti-Black and anti-brown. I mean, he's just, we're not gonna do that. Let's go back to Ace. If there's a soccer wife who's 24 but looks 36, Pepe will have to be your
I tried,
stepdaddy to your
Pepe. I
kids.
tried. I'm
No, no,
sorry.
no. Viva la
Richard,
raza. On behalf of the Latinos, you're not gonna do that. That
Richard,
man loves him,
Richard
somebody's
said they,
white mama.
Richard
Pepe's
said
anti-Black, anti-brown.
Richard
No
said they didn't.
Sullivan, no Lowry's, nothing. Okay,
Rich,
back to Ace. Girl, you tried it. Okay, back to
I'm sorry. Richard said they didn't give Pepe no black or brown babies because he wouldn't take care of them.
Yeah, he would have left it in the bottom of the pool. They knew what baby to give Pepe. That baby don't look. I was like, that baby needs a DNA test. Whose baby is that, Pepe? I want to see what his mama look like. Because if his mother looks like a Juanita, I'm like, that's fucked up.
Juanita.
No, that's fucked up. No, if your mother looks any way like her culture and you out here, because here's the thing, it's almost like if his mother is one of those blonde, like blue-eyed Latinas, it
Yeah,
might
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, oh, you just want a woman like your mama. I might,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I might.
yeah.
But if she looks like, I was gonna make, if she looks like
Ri-
she makes some mean tacos, that we need to talk. We need to talk, okay? And y'all know I'm pro Latin on this channel. I'm just saying, what the fuck, Pepe? Seriously? Every time he's like, Iris is the baddest, and then they show Iris with her flat ass, just, or Grayson just picking her nose, being all white. It's just, yo,
Picking her nose.
racism is a sickness. It makes you blind. It's a sickness, okay? And it's not based on me being pro-Black. It's actually based on me not being shallow. If you're shallow, you're like, Pepe, what are you talking about? I know actual racist people who would still be like, Andrina's a bad bitch.
Bomb.
You can be racist and anyways, back to Ace. The fact that Ace is not anti-Black and has been confirmed, and also, so they just let me realize your misogyny made you help Taylor bamboozle Olandria.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you actually love Black women is why, and you and Shelley are in a good place, so the hater in you has died a little
Yeah.
bit. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, this is my girl's best friend. That's my nigga, who's not a nigga. And so, like, damn, this is kind of cute. And they were looking at them like the parents, like, look at them.
Look at them. Aw. He said, just wait.
Let me tell you, Black love, I'm
It's so
anytime
beautiful.
I see a Black person being loved properly by anything at this point, like the bar is low. Black love used to mean Black people loving each other. I just want somebody to love us, period, at this point. I get so fucking happy seeing Black people be loved properly
Mm-hmm.
by people who are also pro-Black. And that distinction
Yeah.
matters. Because I know Black on Black
Yeah.
couples where they both hate niggas. And then I know people who are married to other races who are freedom fighters. So to me, that distinction matters.
Yeah.
I'm just curious what the Shelley and Olandria are main people and the Huda Hive are doing now that they've lost their footing.
Mm. You think they lost it? I think maybe tonight, maybe they lost it, hopefully, because um
Nicolandria is the only group loud as, if not louder than, the Huda Hive.
yeah.
Nicolandria is the only fandom. They did voodoo to bring these people together. I'm sure. I'm really clear. Somebody lit a candle.
Speaking of voodoo,
Oh, are we? Okay. Wait a minute.
yes.
For a second to turn.
Yes, we are.
Oh my God.
Allegedly,
Oh.
Sierra
Oh
did
yeah, she
some
manifested being on the show.
and did some voodoo doo 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 on being on the show.
I 100% believe that. By the way.
And now that she's gone, look at the 2 episodes that we have.
Mhm,
Think of everybody's energy.
mhm,
Think of how everybody is interacting and how they are.
mhm. Here's the thing, and I'm happy you brought this up because I considered it, but I was like, oh, it might be a little bit too much. There are two types of magic, intentional and unintentional.
Mm-hmm.
Unintentional magic is when somebody hyper fixates you on so much they do an evil lie without realizing it. Huda is
Mm-hmm.
unintentional magic. Huda is so destructive and so anxiously preoccupied and so fixated on things
Yeah.
that she shifts the energy because of her obsession.
Right.
That's unintentional magic, right? Because magic is just wielding energy.
Right.
Huda ruined the first half, of the show.
Half.
Yeah, first half. Sierra ruined the middle with her presence. She latched on to Nick because he's a cute white boy. We look good together. We could be America's sweethearts between the Huda Hive and the Shelly stands, right? She,
Mm-hmm.
by the way, I know for a fact she knows this. As a calculating girly who knows how to do the math and rate and count, carry the one. When you're someone who's good at pattern recognition, if I was in there, I would have clocked that, yo, Shelly and Alandria are very, very attractive. I already know there's a huge demographic that's gonna like her because like them because what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
Amaya's sweet and stupid. They're gonna like her because she's unassuming because of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ace is running the fucking villa and Taylor is just a goober. My man is the only white presenting person from the winning team. Hell fucking yeah, that we're gonna be a good middle ground for those who don't like Huda but also don't like Shelly. She already did that math. I'm 100% fucking. I also pulled cards. I'm 100% fucking clear on this. That she clocked that she could play the middle and
Yeah.
potentially be a dark horse because Nick was so beloved by both and all sides, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which is why, if you watch some of the clips back, she was like a praying mantis on him. A lot of times, he'd be looking at Alandria, and she'd be grabbing his face and kissing him while he's looking at his one true love across the room. She climbed that man's back. Every time he even looked at Alandria or another girl, she was throwing cat at him. Meow, just throwing puss at him, right? And sex magic is also a thing, guys.
Listen.
And I feel like because we're two Latin women, we can both say our culture, evil women in your culture are verbally abusive, evil women in our culture light candles. So, culturally speaking,
Yes.
I think Sierra took her happy ass to the Botanica.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
always thought that. So I think Sierra's
Yeah.
intentional magic, and I think Huda's unintentional magic, and combined, they are both ruined the greater part of the fucking series.
Mm-hmm.
And now that Huda has been neutralized, and Sierra's been gotten rid of because she's more covert and therefore more dangerous, suddenly the show is magically better.
Yeah.
I don't think it's well, I think it is magically. I just don't think it's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Now,
It
I get a
is.
little bit nervous, and this is a thing that I'm gonna do a video about tomorrow, but I feel like I absolutely want to start this conversation with you right now.
Yeah.
Um, I've made a lot of videos in the last year about why I will never date a man with a female best friend unless he is transparent and has great boundaries. I've
Ooh.
been saying that for a year because I
Yes.
dated two men back to back whose female best friends had a heavy hand in the demise of our union. And so I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, you're never catching me slipping like this again.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your bestie at? We got to meet. Oh, she don't want to meet me? Why? Because I'm the other woman? Hello, Barbara, this is
Mm-hmm.
Shirley. Yeah, there's a list of rules that I have for how to deal with a man with female best friends. That
Mm-hmm.
video will be coming tomorrow or whatever day I feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
On that same vein, Shelly is in for a rude awakening. I'm actually making the video tomorrow with Shelly. I'm gonna be like, yo, if anybody knows Shelly, because the community is this big, Haitian community is this big, TikTok is this big. I want Shelly to have some guidelines because for those who haven't heard, Ace's ex-girlfriend slash best friend Cookie has been on a rampage, an anti-black rampage. And for those who wonder what does Cookie look like, Cookie looks like the biracial version of Huda. If you look at I looked at her picture. There's a video she has of her hair straight. It's almost verbatim visually of one of Huda's videos. When her hair is straight, she and Huda are from the exact same tribe. I'll send you the clip.
No, I know. She kind of looks like Chance the Rapper's wife to me.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, she has Huda's same enhancement, like the same big
Mm.
puffy lips, the same
Mm-hmm.
thick Arab arched eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
All she needs is some fake freckles. She's
Mm-hmm.
very much in the Huda Queen Naija tribe,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because Queen Naija is a biracial Arab girl. I think she's Iranian and black.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something Huda-esque about Queen Naija if Huda had like an actual black parent. This
Mm-hmm.
girl's in that same tribe of thick eyebrow, light skin, pouty pink lips,
Mm-hmm.
knowing their angles. It's very, and the thing that's so interesting is when I saw her, I was like, I can see seeing her as Ace's best friend an ex-girlfriend, why somebody would be like, oh, Huda might have been Ace's type as well. Because a man can have more than one type, right?
Yeah, totally.
But the things that she said, she made it a point to be like, I'm gonna beat Shelly's ass on sight. I'm gonna tell my nigga he better not never bring that bitch around. Team Huda all day. Fuck you, bit. Like, she's been literally cussing out Shelly for weeks. To the point where she got dragged as a video, because you know I always like a receipt. I think she took it down, but I already have the screen grab. I'm so sorry. I might be the ops. Oh shit. There's a screen recording I have of her on
You're my
live.
team.
Right, it's not even on her page, but you know, I got a hand of it. She's on her on live saying, oh, for those of you saying I should be apologizing to Shelly, fuck y'all can't cancel me because I don't give a fuck to begin with. 2 hours later, SpongeBob voice. She's now issued a apology video. It's come to my attention that I've heard you getting death threats, bitch. So the fact that Ace's ex-girlfriend slash bestie is Shelly's biggest hater and has threatened to beat this girl up. And when she threatened to beat this girl up, I'm gonna show the screenshots in the video tomorrow. I said, this girl is, I've been around a lot of lesbians. Shout out to the DC community, the DMV area. I spent a lot of time with the homosexual community in the DMV. I know a broad leg, broad back bitch when I see one. Okay? Look, I got my bonnet on. We go, Monique, what? Can we be honest? And so, this is Humanized at the Dark. And so I was like, I don't think she's joking. She looked like she might have a record. So I did some digging. Yes, I did. Apparently, people have come forward that she had a habit of being detained for beating people up
Ooh.
growing up. She was known for having verbal altercations that ended in her mollywopping people. And then I was like, no, this can't be true. And then Raymonte, who's very popular on social media, posted a picture of her like, oh, I know that girl. Yeah, I went to school with her. She was beating up all the bitches in school. It's been confirmed. She responded to him like, yo, why he post that? I mean, it's true. I used to beat the fuck out of everybody. But, I've changed. Now she works a security job and she has a gun. She works in security. There's pictures of her wearing bulletproof vests and pulling out a gun on fucking TikTok. So Shelly's biggest hater has a history of violence and beating up women. So her saying, I'm gonna beat up Shelly when I see her, doesn't feel so empty. And now has a job where she is armed with a weapon for a living. And that's Ace's bestie that Shelly's coming out to have to deal with. Thoughts, Monique, because I just dropped a lot on your lap all at once.
Oh, that is a lot. Yeah.
Daylight ain't got shit on me these days, child.
That is a lot. That's not safe for Shelly at all. Like at all. But not just safe and like physically, but like even in the sense of that's his best friend.
Yeah.
And that's how she feels vocal enough to talk like that. First of all, girl, you should want your best friend to win. Point blank, period. And that's how you're coming? Like, what?
Yeah, and then she even made a video that said, gloating, that said that awesome moment when you vote off Jeremiah and it works. And she's doing cartwheels and shit. So, she's a nasty piece of work. She's a nasty, nasty bitch. Like I had to stop watching the videos because I was starting to hate her. Cookie, I can fight too. So what am I saying? And if you try to shoot me, I'm gonna sue your ass. But like, it's one of those things of Cookie's such a nasty person, like a nasty bitch, that if this is your best friend and your ex-girlfriend,
right?
In one video, she asked him while they're cooking, "What is your love language?" He said, "Acts of service," and she starts singing "Cater to You" to him. So she's joking that she still likes him. So imagine if Huda had a size 14 Puerto Rican cousin. That's what Cookie looks like.
Size 14.
I did a full body scan. Yes, you guys, I did pull up full. Look, I do thorough investigations. That would scare y'all if y'all saw how I run these invest. I used to work for the news, guys, so this is not that I'm a stalker. I actually worked for a news publication for a decade.
Didn't we say we were going to start an investigation firm?
It was
Because
actually my job. Whenever somebody would commit a crime, my boss would be like, "Get Blue to look it up." And I'd be like, "Guys," I broke a couple of cases where people tried to get me fired because I found out things I wasn't supposed to. Shout out to B. Smith's ex-husband.
yeah, I used to investigate too, but I can't say what for.
We really could start a company.
We really could.
I'm just saying. So a size 14 Puerto Rican Huda is what Ace is. When you look up Cookie, you're gonna be like, Blue, you've told a lot of jokes, but you ain't never told a lie. The accuracy, okay? And so my thing is, this is how I'm gonna find out how much I like Ace. I'm gonna wait to see how Ace handles Cookie to
Yeah.
figure out if I really fuck with him or not.
Yeah, because he has to like he got to nip it in the butt. He got to cut her out because that's a hard pass. That's a no. No,
If
absolutely
Ace is still laughing in Cookie's face and not addressing her comments
no.
and just hoping we forget,
No.
he's back on my shit list.
Yeah, no.
I'm
No. Because
disgusted.
his girl's not safe at all. At all.
What would you say to anyone, as someone who's been married for what, 18 years now?
Yeah, almost 19 next month.
Yeah. As someone who's been married for 18 going on 19 years, what would you say to women who might be dealing with dating attractive men who have female friends and how to deal with navigating boundaries?
You got to dead it.
Wait, no, that's how you navigate boundaries. You can't kill them all, Monique. Oh my God.
No.
Must be more nuanced than that. Do you have any tips other than just killing bitches?
No,
The
not like
thoughts
not
shared
like
on this show are the thoughts of Monique Neville's and Monique Neville's alone, blue centric, and all the
no,
parties
no.
not condone. I
Not
say
like that.
advice.
I'm saying like you have to like dead situations. Like if it's not a healthy, if the
How do you
boundaries
discern
are,
if it's healthy? How do you discern if it's even healthy to begin with?
because if she's acting in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable or you feel that is threatening in any way and he doesn't dead the situation, or if you voice that opinion to him and he doesn't see it from your perspective, then that's an issue.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't dead that situation, feel like, hey, this situation makes me feel uncomfortable because of X, Y, and Z. And if he doesn't dead that, that's what I'm saying. You got to dead it. If he doesn't dead that situation to protect you, then that's an issue.
I was entertaining somebody and caught him in a hotel room with
Oh,
his little sister who he just thought me was told me was his homie. And I said, you have to set better boundaries with her. And he said, no, that's just how she is. She's a flirt. I just want you all to understand how clear things become. I was very clear at that moment.
yeah, right, exactly.
No, I'm not going to set boundaries with her, even though you caught me lying and being in a hotel with her, because that's just how
Right.
she is and she's flirty.
Hmm,
What a piece of shit, right? So,
right.
like, to me, it's not even the woman, it's your
It's
responsibility.
him.
As the person who has access to me, monkeys are gonna monk, right? I'm not gonna get mad at the gorilla for eating a banana. I'm gonna get mad at you for feeding them bananas. And no, I wasn't big anti-black. I just, not my circus, not my monkey.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I was like so stunned by how much respect I lost for him in that one moment.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know it was possible to be that. Like literally 2 days earlier, I was just telling my little sister, "Oh, my life is so much better with him in it. He's so fucking amazing." That one sentence, it was like, "Oh, you're a piece of shit, and you're determined to be a piece of shit. Like you're not even gonna evolve. Like my whole job is
Yeah,
to will evolve. So if you start as a piece of shit and you're ready to evolve, I'm actually equipped for that, right?
right,
But to like stand 10 toes down and being full of shit,
right.
I was so stunned and disgusted simultaneously. I kept giving him chances. He never improved. He was a Leo, just like Ace. You guys know I only date Leos and Libras, child. I don't know what my affliction is. So I'm just saying, if Ace tries to be the good guy, but Cookie's in the background kikiing, and we're all
Mm-mm.
supposed to just pretend without him addressing the pink elephant in the room,
No,
I'm
no.
telling you right now, that will be the time where I give up on him and I will be saying fuck
Yeah.
Ace forever. So he has an opportunity to win me over or lose me forever.
I hope Ace is the Ace that I think he is in that
I hope he
moment.
is. Yeah.
I hope he is. I hope he is. I really hope he is. I hope he ride for Shelly the way that I think he will. And I hope it's not just for like I hope he gets out of the villa and he'll be like a real couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he really will ride because that is that's something that nobody should have to deal with in a couple at all.
Leo men and men in general, to be honest, often don't show a vulnerable side unless they're 100% sure you won't reject them. A lot of fire sign men that I've seen in my experience have a rejection aversion
Yeah.
that is like supernatural. And
Yeah.
Nick even said, and I quote, "I'm very careful about who I give my attention to."
Hmm.
For Cookie to have gone from an ex-girlfriend to a best friend to someone who he does videos with
Hmm.
means that she knows how to stroke his ego and make him feel affirmed in a way that is non-threatening, even if it's dishonest.
Mm.
And so, because Shelly is a woman who actually has self-respect and refuses to chase him,
Right.
if you're dating a woman who refuses to chase you, but you're besties in a low-stakes way with the woman who's stroking your ego, there are a million different ways where I could see that if Ace is now on his grown man shit, that Cookie could seem like a safer bet, not because he cares about her more, but because his ego is safer with her.
Hmm.
And that is my concern because every man
Hmm.
that I've cut off for having inappropriate relationships with their female friends were the
Hmm.
same men who were venting me about these women, who were telling me all these women's shortcomings, right?
Hmm.
Who also admitted these women didn't ask or require as much of them as I did.
Right. Right.
And a lot of men will go with the woman who's easy rather than the woman he respects.
Yeah.
So my concern isn't about how much Ace cares about Shelly, it's
Right.
how much he's willing to rise to meet her.
Right. And I'm hoping that after this episode we saw today, where he was just like, this is the type of stuff that I need in order to break down those walls,
Yeah.
that in Shelly kind of peeling back those layers for him and opening him up a little bit more, he will start letting her in a little bit more, and that will help that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You
I
know,
hope so.
so yeah, because honestly, she's going to be the safer for him in the long run.
But you have to be brave enough to believe that. She's a gamble,
Yeah,
though.
she
She's
is.
safer in the long run because she's a gamble in the present.
Yeah,
Cookie
exactly.
is a bitch who keeps on making videos about how she needs her back cracked. She ain't going nowhere. Your dry puss hating ass friends. And by the way, why is the hating ass friend always a bitch who's not getting dick down? It's always a girl
That's why.
who's not pulling niggas, who got a big loud voice. Like it's all. Sorry, it's triggering me. Let's circle right back real quick to Olandria for a second. Olandria said to Shelly when she realized how much Ace and Shelly had her back. Wait, where's the notes? It just disappeared. Oh, Olandria said, and I quote, "As selfish as it was last night, it felt good." Because Nick was going around telling everybody that Olandria made his dick jump in the bed.
Oh, not Dick. Dick is wild. He said I have butterflies all over.
Including the tip of his penis. And so
I can't fucking stand you. You're fucking stupid.
and you know, and Olentra said, I would like to see it. So because look, I'm delirious, guys. I would apologize, but I'm gonna do it again, so there's no point. What do we think about the fact that Olandria, who's played stoic for so long before she snapped and cussed Taylor the fuck out, and then played stoic again until Nick said, "You know, I still like you, right? Like I still want you." What do you think about her letting Nick rub on her booty without the cameras being able to see under the covers?
I love that for her. Truly. Like, girl, we've been waiting. I love, you know what I love too is when she said, last night was the first time I put me first.
Hmm.
And since I've been here, and it felt good.
Ugh.
And then after she put herself first, she said that speech for Nick. That speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. Like, how much she said in that speech for him after putting herself first. And it was like she wasn't thinking about nobody else but her.
Yeah.
And then she let him rub on her booty. Girl,
And it's a booty.
it's a booty.
When I posted that infamous picture of Nick carrying Olandria ass out from the firehouse challenge, the amount of people on threads who said, I don't even watch this show, but I really like this picture.
Listen, because that booty is bootying. That thing thanging.
We're gonna see Olandria working out with Nick's mom. Nick's mom wants her to be her trainer. The way this lady said,
Listen,
look, she a bad bitch. Can somebody help me look like that?
her mom said I love her body. Her body is everything. Listen,
I
because
think I think his mom has a crush on her and his sisters and his father have a crush on her as much as I will say this though, the amount of white men who are obsessed with Olandria. How many times have I said on this show and on different programs, when black women who are pro-black date white men, it's really because we are exhausted and have given up on trying to get the men that we want, right? And it's been statistically shown, right? A white man for most Black women is a last resort. For a lot of Black men, it's a first resort. So it's not the same thing. It's a false equivalency.
Yeah,
right?
right.
And so for me to see someone as pro-Black and country-fied as Alandria, Miss I Want Me a Country Boy, and she did not meet Garth Brooks. To see her opening her heart to this Alabaster YN, I just, look, I've only dated fire and air signs. I've recently been told that my soulmate might be a water sign.
Oh.
If you see me with a crying ass Scorpio or Cancer, blame Olandria and what's her name? Sierra, not Sierra, the Serena Williams. They both dated every N-word within a 2,500-mile radius and said, well, fuck it. This white boy's obsessed with me. Let's see. If I date a water sign, you know that all the fire signs blew my house down, and I just want somebody who's going to hold me and remind me like Nick.
Listen, and love every minute of it. Okay?
You see me with a water sign, though?
No.
They got so many feelings.
They do, and you gonna want to sit there and talk about them all the time?
No.
Exactly.
Well, maybe he's a water sign who has a therapist, so he could talk to her about that.
Maybe.
I don't understand. People are like, Blue, we're shocked. You talk about, no, I talk about feelings as a profession.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm a good at emotional intelligence coach is because I'm not super emotional.
Yeah.
I can observe them objectively from a distance. I'm not hyper. I'm very passionate, but I'm not crying in the rain.
But maybe you do. You know what? Maybe you do need a man who can articulate his feelings in a way.
I would love that.
Yeah, see, so maybe you do.
But you have to have a strong back and be, you know.
Yeah, maybe.
What's Nick's sign? Nick's a Pisces. Okay, if he's a fire, because he got fire in there. If he's like a Nick kind of water sign, a little spicy, freaky.
Is he Italian?
I don't know what Nick is, child. I don't know what Nick is, but I heard that Nick's a Pisces.
I think he's
fact check
Italian.
it. Yeah, so if I get a water sign who has a little playful spiciness in him, maybe a water sign with the Leo or Libra rising. I could do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could. But
I cannot do no bad bitch crying all the time.
No.
And that's, mind you, I have nothing against masculine femmes.
Yeah, no.
I just don't want to date them.
Yeah, no.
Even when I was trying to be, actually not trying. Even when I was being more sexually fluid, I only dated women who looked like niggas. Like, even back then, I needed them to be masculine. Even when I dated women, they were still, you would call them Miss Nigga. Okay? They were still very much, I see you, sir. I'm here to valet your car. I am not attracted to feminine energy at all.
Yeah.
I respect it. I value it. It just doesn't arouse me. I think I'm so feminine that I actually just need a masculine counterpart.
Yeah.
Regardless of gender identity. So this is not even me being like sexist. Even when I'm dating, I only like masculine energy. So yeah, me with the water sign. Okay, we're gonna look at this in a time capsule. If a year from now I am somehow with the water sign, despite the fact that this has never happened.
Can we manifest? Like, we just need to manifest it for you for like.
I'm not sure I want to manifest a water sign. I just want to manifest.
No, I'm saying like someone who. No, I'm going to. Fine, fuck, I'll do it myself.
Behind my back,
girl.
Okay, Sierra.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, so yes, I'm open to water and earth. I've been doing fire and air for 20 years, and look at me.
There you go. That's all I wanted for you. See, that's all I wanted for you, just to be open. See,
I like to play. Okay, as long as he has a sense of humor.
Yeah, see, you get that little Libra in there. Get a little bit of look. I'll even give you a little bit of Aries. Look.
Yes, you know I like Aries.
Yeah, see.
Okay,
look.
something. Yeah, because I can't be with.
Look, let's sprinkle.
Let's sprinkle.
Sprinkle.
Okay, the ADHD is taking over. We need to wrap this up. The minute we start sprinkling, is there anything else that I forgot? We went over cookie dating ass, Ace best friend. I and Brian were voted to go smash in the hideaway. What do we think about that?
I can't. The fact that she said I gotta go shave my asshole. Amaya Papaya. She said she wanted to be free as a pigeon in New York. She needs a dictionary when she gets out of all her sayings.
She also needs to just read a dictionary as well. Like, I think both things can be true. I think dictionaries.
Our little baby.
Coming from her, coming.
You know what? I said on Threads, like, I wish it was Shelly and Ace that went into the hideaway tonight, but someone said like they're not trying to be physical yet.
Yeah, they're
And I
very consistent.
respect it. I said, okay, I respect it. But I just feel
I wish
like
it was Nicolandria, actually.
oh, girl. But I don't know if they're trying to be physical yet.
Nick is fucking on everything. Are you kidding me?
But Olandria is not. She's very.
That's why the hideaway is Olandria got under
Girl,
that blanket the
they got
night
cameras
before.
in there too. She know
I
that.
was in the room when she was underneath him, giving him butterflies to the tip of his penis the night before.
You didn't see it?
The seal has been broken.
You didn't see it though?
We saw a blanket moving.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. We
So
saw
I'm
it.
saying they could have been on the highway moving blankets.
Well, I just feel like they put them in there because they feel like that's what America wanted to see.
Here's the thing, too. I hate how they're pandering to Amaya because they know she's loved. It's so fake to me.
It is.
I don't think
It
she would have been
is.
voted in there a week ago.
I don't either. Because they didn't feel like we America. They just feel like, as you said, they're pandering. They feel like that's what America wants to see.
Yeah, I'm not, and I feel like because Chris now knows that Huda is towards the bottom, he's being more heavy-handed with her redemption arc.
He
Because
need a place.
this is something that a lot of people have told me, the bombshells get to watch the episodes.
Yeah, he's trying to. He need a place when he get out.
Yeah, so Huda is now going to be with the homeless basketball player who's going to help her move to LA so they can be semi-homeless together. Child, I can't wait till the next time we talk because the next time we speak is going to be the finale. For anybody who's not a Love Island fan who stuck with us through these episodes despite not watching the show, God bless you.
Yeah, we love you.
God bless you. And for those of you who are waiting for this segment to be over, we only got one more
Yeah.
episode of the live show. You and I have both said that we think what happens when they all come out is also its own different conversation.
Yeah.
What happens when Ace and actually I think Ace and Shelly are actually well suited for the critique. I think it's Huda and Chris and Olandria. Not even Nick. I think it's Huda, Chris, and Olandria who are going to be the most shocked because Olandria is going to be stunned by how long and how many voodoo spells we did to get her man. I think Maya already knows how people feel about her. Huda's going to be stunned by how much hate and love she's gotten. And Chris is going to be stunned how much
Yes.
him flexing about being a blue collar basketball player overseas in the D division did not go well with those of us who have Google or just know anybody who plays basketball professionally.
And that his this is his second love show. So I don't know if he didn't know that we could see that, but
Just flexing about 50K a year while you're in the off season is just gonna always be weird to me, especially when it's your response to being held accountable for a switch up that actually did happen.
oh, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just, you know,
Tell your mutual friends that you have with Chris that we tried to protect your boy, but in the words of Cat Williams, he's determined to be aligned with losers and lames. So it is what it is.
yeah.
Anything else you want to say before we go for the show? Because I'm exhausted.
No, are we gonna come back after the reunion too?
Yes, we do have to. Oh God, when is the reunion?
I don't know.
Finale is the 13th because they cut it short. The producers are tired and might be getting severance soon. So they've cut the season shorter than usual and they're deading it on Sunday.
Yeah. And then the reunion is a week later or
It's sometimes it's a week later, sometimes it's longer, but I think it's probably a week later.
okay.
I think
Oh.
they want to get everybody out of Fiji because Fiji is expensive to have everybody out there. So
Mm-hmm.
probably for production purposes, are going to want to get people in and out of the reunion as quickly as possible to fly them back to America and their different countries of origin.
Okay.
Yeah, so the reunion is definitely going to be a conversation. Let
Mm-hmm.
me know as soon as you find the date for that so I can make sure that I send you an invite for that.
Okay.
As usual, thank you guys for lasting this long. If
Yeah.
you don't even watch the show and just wanted to sit with us and kiki with us in our new virtual set, I don't know what the fuck. You
We're
were
in a
out when
cafe.
I came back and it was a virtual set.
We're in a cafe.
Well, yes, we are. No, this is like the view. We're just sitting
Yeah.
in our kitchen having coffee talk or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for
Yes.
supporting us. I hope the sound is decent. If it's if it's not, I tried. If it's not, I will look at Riverside as a backup.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being such a good sport. How have you felt doing these episodes? How's it felt potting about Love Island in real time like this?
I honestly love it. I think it's a lot of fun.
It
I
is.
find so much joy in it. It gives me so much joy to talk about other people.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Spoken like
kidding.
a true Aries. On that note, Monique, tell them where they can find you, love.
You can find me on Threads and Instagram at Monique Nevels.
And if there are any attractive, strong-backed men who are not homeless who are living on the West Coast or live anywhere else and have money for Delta, hit me up. Actually, don't hit me up. Hit up Monique.
Oh yeah, I'll vet you. I'll vet.
Yeah,
I'll
don't
vet
hit
him.
me up. Actually, hit up
I'll
Monique.
vet him. Please be very clear when you hit me up, though. I'm vetting you for blue. Please be very clear.
Child, watch them to help me up though. Watch them still just circumvent this, which means they don't know how to listen. All right, we
Mhm.
love you as usual.
Love
Please
you.
at Blue Centric. And if you want to sign up for our 8-week emotional intelligence workshop, the URL is fall25.eventbrite.com, fall25.eventbrite.com. Classes start in September, but it's limited seating, so sign up as early as possible. All right, we love y'all. Until next time,
Love
bye.
you. Bye.
Okay, so I'm just going to, where's the record button? Wait.
Look how red my little face is. And
Okay.
these lights.
All right, we're stopping the for real.